Hi, good morning everybody. Yesterday we have discussed about the life and teachings of Jesus Christ. So today we are going to study about the Islam religion, the life and teachings of Islam religion. First, we are going to discuss about the origin of Islam. Second, founder of Islam, life of Muhammad Paigambar, then teachings of Islam, rituals of Islam, expansion of Islam, and contribution of Islam, holy book and sects of Islam. So now let us understand first point we are going to discuss about the origin of Islam. So you have heard about Islamism. So yesterday we have discussed about the Islamism and Christianity, which took birth in first century CE. So now, where the origin of Islam took place? Origin of Islam took place in Arabia. So Arabia it is found in it is located in West Asia Peninsula. Do you know that what is peninsula? Peninsula is land which was covered by three sides of water. So that is called peninsula. So now, when the origin of Islam took place in Arabia, what happened? The situation of this land was worst. It means the land was actually deserted. It was a desert land which was not suitable for the agriculture. So that's why the people of the Arabia started to find a new place in search of fertile land and where the water is available. Okay, so of course the people had a superstitious belief and they used to worship nature, fire, and streams, water, like that. Gods they used to worship during that time. So here the people did not understand who is real God. So later what happened? So the Muhammad Paigambar, when he got birth in the year 570 CE, so he really made the Arabians to understand, Arabs to understand who is the real God. So now let us understand who is the founder of Islam is Muhammad Paigambar. Muhammad Paigambar is the founder of Islam religion. So now let us discuss the third point, life of Muhammad Paigambar. Muhammad Paigambar born in Mecca. Born in Mecca in the year 570 CE. He born in Mecca. So he lost his parents during his childhood. His parents were Abdullah and Madina. Abdullah and Amina. Abdullah and Amina. Since he had lost his parents during his childhood, he was brought up by his uncle. His uncle was a businessman where he used to do the business at Mecca and Syria. So but then what happened once he was brought up by his uncle, so he started to travel Mecca and Syria for the business purposes. So there he was introduced by a rich widow named Khadija. So he was introduced by a rich widow named Khadija. So later on he got married to her, and of course Muhammad Paigambar was employed by her. And of course Muhammad Paigambar was busy in business at that time. Then he got married and he had 4 sons, and he gave birth to 4 sons. 4 sons. Sorry, 2 sons and 4 daughters. 4 daughters and 2 sons. And finally, what happened? And of course, he found some problem among the Arabs. He wanted to sort it out some of the social and cultural problem of the Arabs. That's why what he did one day, he went to deep meditation near the mountain named called Hira. So he used to go for long meditation there, and finally he had heard the voice of Allah, and somewhere, of course, he was finally he got some messages and was enlightened by God, Allah. He was enlightened. He was enlightened. Then, whatever he had experienced from Allah, he started to spread the message rapidly around Mecca, and of course, he had used to share his messages to his disciples or followers, and finally he had got lot of followers here at Mecca. Then, like that, the message was spread, and people strongly believed the message of Prophet Muhammad. Of course, everybody believed him. Yes, he is a prophet, and he is telling all the messages are true, and of course, many people accepted him and his teachings. And finally, what happened? Where some of the people at Mecca strongly started to oppose him, because he told that he started to oppose polytheism. What is polytheism? Polytheism means getting marriage of many, having many wives. Okay, so that is called polytheism, getting many girls or getting marriage to many girls. That is called polytheism. When he opposed, so some of the Mecca people started to oppose his teaching, and they did not believe. Okay, so that is called polytheism. And what is polytheism means having many wives, but monotheism means having only one wife. But the Muslim people here, the Mecca people, did not believe, accepted his teaching polytheism. So when he opposed polytheism, so they did not accept monotheism. So that's why they planned to murder him. So at that time, in the year 622 CE, he escaped from Mecca to Medina. So that event is known as Hijrah year. Or else we can call it as, it is a Hijrah Shakal, okay, in the Muslim calendar. So even many Muslims follow the calendar of Hijrah. Okay, so even Christian people follow the different calendar, that is English calendar, European calendar, and Hinduism follow different calendar based on the stars and the movement of the stars and sun. So like that, even Islam people also has a different calendar. So that is called Hijrah calendar. Then onwards, when he escaped from Mecca to Medina, that event took place in the year 622. That is known as Hijrah event. Have you understood? Okay, fine. Now let us come back to the teachings of Islam. So when we come back to the teachings of Islam, the teachings of Islam was very simple. So what was the teaching? He told that God is one, and a simple prayer is enough to reach the heart of God. Okay, so that is one teaching of Islam. And second teaching, one should lead honest life. At the same time, one should help the poor. And the third point is, one should respect the women and help to the weaker section. So these are the three important simple teachings of Islam religion. Now let us go to the rituals of Islam religion. So there are 5 important rituals of Islam religion. They are written on the board, that is kalima, namaz, Roza, Zakat, Hajj. So these are the 5 rituals of Islam religion. What is kalima? Kalima means belief only in Allah or belief only one God, that is Allah. So Allah is only one God, that is kalima. Namaz means every Muslim has to perform prayer 5 times per day, that is known as namaz. So every Muslim will perform namaz every Friday, so that day is considered as a holy day for the Islam religion or Muslims. Next, roza. What is roza? Roza means every Muslim must perform their fasting during the month of Ramzan. Okay, fasting in the month of Ramzan. Next, zakat. Zakat means every Muslim has to help the poor or give some alms to the poor. Okay, during their life, at least 1.10% or 1%. If they get 10 rupees, at least they should help 1 rupee to the poor people. And Hajj, the last ritual is Hajj. So every Muslim must visit the holy place Mecca. At least during their lifetime, once in a lifetime, they have to visit Mecca. Okay, so Mecca is considered as a holy place of Islam religion, and one of the stone is called Kaaba. So they have strongly believed that there is a Kaaba is one of the stone where once the Muslim or any Muslim has to visit during their lifetime, and they have to turn towards to the Kaaba and they must perform their prayer. That is the importance of this Mecca pilgrimage place and the Kaaba. Kaaba is nothing but it is one of the holy stone, right? Okay, so that you could see in the picture. Okay, Kaaba is there at Mecca. Okay, now let us go to the next point: expansion of Islam. Okay, so after the death of Muhammad Payghambar in the year 632. Okay, so the caliphs took in charge. So the caliphs were able to spread the message of Muhammad Payghambar. Okay, so of course they took the responsibility. So these caliphs were known as the successors of Muhammad Payghambar. Caliphs were known as the successors of Muhammad Payghambar. Of course, within a short period, they were able to spread the message of Muhammad Payghambar within a short time. So some of the places like Spain, India, as well as in some of the countries, they were able to spread the message rapidly. Okay, so then what happened exactly? What are the reasons these messages are spread very rapidly? So there are some of the 5 important reasons they have given. One is simplicity of Islam. Second point, efforts of caliphs and spread of Muslim. Devotion of Muslims, religious interest and sultans, and conductive political situations. This made them to spread message very rapidly. Very rapidly by the caliphs also. Okay, so that is about the spread of Islam religion. Then let us go to the next point: contribution of Islam. What was their contribution? Islam religion. What was the great contribution to the society? Okay, so what is the great contribution if you wanted to discuss? So first point is medicines. So so their contribution, actually they found many medicines for the different diseases. And second point, new invention for science and mathematics. And of course, the third point is about geography and astronomy. And fourth point is about the architecture. So there are so many Islamic style of art and architecture and buildings were built. Okay, so that is about the contribution of Islam. Then last point, let us discuss about the holy book and sects of Islam. So where the message was spread, when this message was spread by Prophet Muhammad, so they have compiled all those messages and made a book. That book is known as Quran. Quran is considered as the holy book of Islam religion. Okay. Yesterday we have discussed about the holy book of Christians. Students, which is the holy book of Christians? Bible. Okay, very good. So like that, so they have compiled all the messages and they made a book named Quran. Quran became the holy book of Islam religion. So then what happened later on? What is the sects? Now let us understand about the sects of Islam. Okay, so yesterday we also discussed about the sects of Catholics or sects of Christians. Okay, which are the two sects? One is Roman Catholic and another one is Protestant. Okay, the founder of Protestantism is Martin Luther. Okay, so now this sects of Islam also, even Islam religion also has sects. So that is, one is Sunni and Shia. The two sects of Islam religion are Shia and Sunni. Shia and Sunni are the two sects of Islam religion. So then later what happened? The Islam religion came to an end, or the message was spread everywhere and many people became the follower of Islam religion or not? Yes, many of them started to follow the teachings of Muhammad Paigambar, and of course they, after the death of Muhammad Paigambar, they have succeeded. After the death of Paigambar, there were some successors. They are called caliphs. Okay, so through this I have completed this chapter. Okay, so please read at once at home, and if you have any doubt, please you can come tomorrow and clarify the doubts. Okay, do you have any doubt? No doubts. Okay, thank you.